This anime you have seen a lot of animes, but these ones are special because they have left already mark in my heart. Not only that, they are very unique and some are horror, some are comedy. I made every anime based on a genre different. I am rated in the top 3 list, and for every genre we are going to rate it. Not some of every genre, but some of the specific famous genres. So in 2024, which animes rocked and which animes are underrated or disappointed us? I mean, they had a huge hype when they were released, but as their hype decreased, I think everybody disliked with them. So let's begin today's episode of reviewing 2024 whole year animes, and let me rate top 3 in them. So welcome back to ANIME PTB, guys. I hope you like that, share and subscribe it. Don't forget to press that bell icon in it. So when we get to the action and adventure category, there are a lot of animes this winter, spring, summer as well as fall, but I picked a few of them. At number 3, I kept Mashal and Windbreaker. Mashal was some of the unique concept. I believe that the MC's uniqueness here, how he behaves, that was very lovely, and whenever she shows the overpowered in him, that I loved it. Not only that, in Windbreaker, it's all about how he rises above, how he tackles the bullies and how he protects. It was lovely to watch them, so I kept both at number 3. So you decide which one you like them. So number 2 is none other than Demon Slayer. With the lovely kind of this animation, it stole my heart because I never seen this kind of polished animation till now. It was very rare case that when they invest this much money and they bring the quality which we required. Not only that, it holds up to the storyline. So I loved total Demon Slayer new episode. Ending was also very good, so I loved it. So it is on number 2. So which is number 1? No doubt it is on one and only Solo Leveling, because when I read it, I thought that nothing much they can do in the animation, but the kind of animation, the investment and the storyline progression, they are totally banger. I just love the action scenes. Not only that, it kept hold each episode by episode. Not like somewhere they take one episode total dramatic, one episode comic, but this one was like every episode action, adventure, level up things. So Solo Leveling is my top 1 in action adventure. So coming down to the next genre, when we talk about the ichi animes, there are many of the ichi anime seasons. So whichever you consider isekai or reincarnation, you always get some ichi kind of thing. But in this category, I am considering only those animes where each and every episode has the itchiness. Not only few ichi scenes and they call it as ichi anime. No, with each and every episode they should have the itchiness. So I got only 2 animes like that. Number 2 is Chained Soldiers. The concept was unique, how MC turns and what she has to pay for when task completes. So they are lovely, and every episode goes by, the itchiness goes on rising. How the harem presents and also how they connected the storyline. I just love this Chained Soldiers, and it was like a fan service each and every episode. Not only animation wise, but also storyline was also solid in this. So I kept the Chained Soldiers on number 2. Which is number 1? It is none other than Gushing Over Magical Girls. I never watched the anime where no main MC is a male character, but this one was very unique kind of storyline. When I started to watch it, I never expected it's going to be that good anime, but it was very unique in this also, in this category, because there are very rare animes where they show the villain perspective and how the villain FMC as main MC here. There are no words to say it on. This is very lovely, and it's totally itchy every episode. It's very difficult to predict what will happen in the next episode because I never watched this kind of animes, so this was very lovely for me. So this is number 1 in itchy category. When we move to romance category, there are a lot of animes which have the romance, but they involve also a lot of slice of life or drama in it. So I am picking those who only has the more amount of romance, and they are very heartwarming to watch. Number 3 is none other than You Are Miss Servant. Whenever I watch this kind of animes, they are always lovely to watch them. Not only that, but they also heartwarming. Each and every episode progression is lovely till now because it's kept on holding me on the edge what will happen in the next episode. Not only that, it will match their chemistry, because some of the animes it is very difficult to match their chemistry and get hold into it. Not only that, this anime done a lot more than the chemistry, also the comic scenes, not only comic, the romance scenes, how she tried to understand him and try to live a normal life. It's lovely to watch it, and I'm just liking it. Second one is The Dangerous in My Heart Season 2. It's got everything what you need to look after for a romance anime. How the love progresses. It's not an anime which involves lot of the drama kind of thing, but the romance parts were very good and I just loved in this one. This is not only that, it also improved in the animation also. The core storyline, how it holds from season 1 to season was also very good in, and it was always on point. So don't miss this one. It's a very rock solid and I just love this one. And number 1 is none other than Yakuza Fiancé. There is a particular reason for that one. Whenever I watch the romance anime, there was always both are simple and calm minded. Where the MC, it may be FMC, they are always like chill mode. But in this one there is like gangster love story, because he is also like a negative shade character and she is dominant kind of woman. So when the love progresses and romance progresses, kind of chill and vibe it is around creating it. It's not only that, but every episode progression, she is very confused to whom to love and what is love, and also relationship gets better episode by episode. It's just lovely to watch it. Not totally basic romantic category thing, but I just loving it how it's better and how he's going to win her from episode 1 to till now. It's very catchy and I just loved it, so I kept it at number 1. Coming down to next category, the comedy. Comedy is everywhere and anime, but I picked those only animes which is more of a comedy, keeping dramas and everything apart. It is only perspective of comedy. So number 3 is Buchigiri. Buchigiri I felt is always underrated. How he wishes to a genie and what progression does. It's always a comical thing. Whenever you see the MC, you feel sorry for him and how he gonna get the girlfriend and what things goes around you. I felt very comical. And not only that, its storyline also holds up to that one. So how he wins, how he gets the power, and for what he uses the power. Buchigiri is lovely comical anime, so just go and watch it. I kept it at number 3. So coming down to number 2 and number 1, I really got confused, but still I kept my favorite anime as number 2. I will tell you the reason when I say it to number 1. Number 2 is Konosuba Season 3. Konosuba has always been a funny comical anime and it is always very popular anime also. But season 3, it got me. I never thought that they're gonna improve this much comedy in it, because whenever you watch the generic comic animes, I have already heard that kind of comedy. But this anime always surprises you. Whenever you see the Kazuma Darkness or Aqua, you always going to love it. And the vibe they create around them is always funny and comical. So I believe that this is should be number 1. But I will say when number 1, which anime I caught, I not kept my favorite anime also number 1. So number 1 anime is none other than My Dear Friend Nokotan. It was like a totally parody kind of anime, because as I always says, if there is no male MC, I never watch it. But this one changed my perspective, because the comedy and the songs and the way the parody goes on, I just loved it. Dears and how their school life they shown from the episode 1, it kept me laughing. And not only that, it's a better written script and it's a more of a parody and total comical. In Konosuba, you may see some of the adventure here and there, but in this pure comedy, there is no such thing like drama kind of things. The totally parody and comedy. So I just loved it. I believe that this one is number 1 comical anime in this season. So coming down to the next genre, slice of life or drama. I have seen many animes this season. They consist of every mixture. But if you want to just to watch a slice of life or drama kind of anime, there are none. Only one anime is there. Follow this one and it will never make you bored. The drama and slice of life, when they are combined, and the animation, you want to watch it, you want to get involved in it, it's also become more popular. It is very rare case. But this anime is special. That anime is none other than Jobless Reincarnation Season 2 Part 2. When I started to watch it, I always felt that MC need to go on banger adventure. He was to slay her and it was to make more comical. But this season was totally different. It was showing his maturity, dramas and slice of life. The emotions it connected at the end and it builds up episode by episode. It's totally lovely, and if you want to watch in this category, it's only anime I believe in 2024 which will make you cry and laugh at the same time. So don't miss it. It will be heart touching and dramatic, so just go and watch it. Now let's begin with the unique animes. There are very less unique concepts, and I may say that when you consider the isekai genre, they have more unique kind of powers. But if you come to animation, or maybe anime style, or it may be an anime character, there are less animes which are unique in its whole self only. Now at number 3, the anime is none other than Go Go Loser Ranger. Whenever what happens to the side character apart from the Rangers, Power Rangers become the negative character. It's totally too lovely to watch, and the unique storyline and the concept kept hold me through this episode. And not only that, the ending also, it was very lovely. I just loved it whatever happened in the whole season. Go Go Loser Ranger is a pure revenge kind of storyline, I believe it, but the uniqueness in is that how that side character, mob character takes the revenge. It's lovely. How he fights with not only with the Rangers but he's with teammates also. It's a very lovely to watch, so don't miss it and just go and watch it. Honorable mention to Dungeon Messi. It missed by bit mark. I want to keep it at 3rd, but I don't think that will make deserve that uniqueness. It is because it is a generic adventure anime, but it's a lovely one. You may give it a try. At number 2, it is none other than Den. I want to say that when they mix ghost and aliens, it gonna get very awkward to watch it, but they have done it a perfect way. I just loved it how it started, and every character I connected with it. Not only that, the uniqueness is not only about the storyline but also with the characters. How they started it, how storyline managed to pick hold of the characters and the uniqueness in them. It's lovely. You may say that you will get every kind of generic anime like this isekai anime, but this one is different. So I liked this anime also. The how the characters doesn't annoy me whenever I watch them, but it is also unique in its whole style of animation. And whenever you expect something to happen, it happens exactly opposite or something in a different manner. So I'll just love it. Just go and watch. At number 1, it is none other than obviously Uzumaki. Uzumaki was a different whole concept in it. Instead of calling unique anime, I can call it as an art style anime, because the art and the way it portrayed, and just a 4 episode left a mark in my heart, because the uniqueness and the kind of anime, I don't think the future somebody going to try like this anime, but I just loved it. Uzumaki, the ending was not good one, but I still believe that this anime got a lot of potential. Better give it a season 2 also. They how may fight the more storyline or 12 episode, that will make it a better anime. So it is number 1 in the unique kind of animes. Now let's talk about the underrated animes, and there are a lot of animes which deserve your attention, but I picked these 2 top 3 because you gonna love them. At number 3, it is Ray Monster. Ray Monster anime pace is like a bullet train. Whenever you watch isekai anime, leveling up things will goes on like a 12-24 episode. He will be again at level 14 or 15, and he never level us. But in this anime, in first episode only, he becomes level 100, and he has the wife, not wife, it has wives, many wives, and not only that, he has also baby at the end of the season. So many things happened in this. So I believe that Ray Monster is very underrated. It definitely deserves your attention. Second one is Ranma Hap. I never want to watch an anime where is a MC and FMC are same. Whenever I want to talk about the Ranma Hap, it's like a unique storyline. I think it's the best adaptation of this year. Ranma Hap got a lot of comical and action stuffs. Not only that, it also consists of the movements which will left like unspoken. I definitely believe it has to get a more and more spread out, because this kind of animes are very rare adaptation where you just love them. After so many years also, they are leaving very heavy impact in our heart. It's good combination of action, also the comical things, you may call it a love stuff or romance, and main thing, the emotions, you just gonna love it, and some moments are very special in it. And number 1, it's definitely Urusei Yatsura, alien girl and a harem, and many of the ichi moments, and the basic, no, not a basic, but a classical harem story. Then more than this, what you want. It's also a best readaptation anime so far. Apart from Ranma Hap, I wanted to keep both at number 1, but this one stole my heart. Hero is always like 20s heroes, where the ichi harem character heroes like High School DxD you may consider, or to Lauru. It made my mind fresh, and I just keep it as very underrated. It deserves more attention, and it's very lovely anime to us. Just don't miss it and just just go and watch this one. In the suspense and or bar horror comedy, there are very suspense and horror comedy this anime which were very great to watch them, but I kept Uzumaki as number 3. I want to keep it at number 1, but there are other anime also which deserves more. I already talked about Uzumaki, you know that how it is different in the suspense. So yeah, it's horror genre also. So if you want to watch it, only 4 episodes, but it will leave a dent in your heart. Number 2 is none other than Re:Zero Season 3. Bloodbath everywhere. You just going to suffer more and more. And Subaru and the death and never-ending love story. Just go and watch it. It will be very suspense and horror, bit of the horror. You will not get the horror like Higurashi, but it's like whatever you have in this season, and it's at number 2. The number 1 is suspense anime, that is none other than the Fable. How unique the MC and how he behaves and how overpowered he is and how he talks and whatever he experiences in whole life and how it goes on. How many people want to tackle it, but at the end how he wins. It all makes a good combination of this anime, and many of the suspense bit storyline combines and how they shown the villain characteristics and how also there's a side and main FMC also. I just love the Fable anime, and it definitely need your attention. Just don't miss it one. This one is very special one because I have seen very less anime where the main MC is a hitman and also you get a very Korean style of animation in it. Last genre, it is I made it myself, that is overrated or biggest flops. I mean, these are most expected ones, but they doesn't perform what they should perform. That let's get to number 3. It is none other than Danemachi 5. Danemachi has always been a very good one anime in kind of action, emotions, all. It may be a harem and it may be a ability. When I watched it every season, this season 5 was not much holding to it. This one, whenever I watched the one Danemachi season 1, I still feel that is one of the best episode whenever consider this all the seasons, and the kind of impact it left in a season 1, I don't think it carried into season 5. So I felt a bit disappointed in this one. Second one is none other than Tower of God season 2. Tower of God, I already read the manhwa and I felt that season 1 was they should have left it there only, because season 2 is little bit very complicated, not only in storyline, also how MC proceeds further. I know that he has to get the revenge whatever happened with him. Also feel that it's taking bit longer time. They introduced a lot of new faces and new characters that is making me irritated over it one. So it is not getting on same vibe with me while watching this one, so I dropped it. At number 1, that is none other than Too Many Losing Heroines. Let me explain you why I kept it number 1. Because when I started to watch it, I just loved it. Loved the concept that how every losing hero will come approach our MC and how they will solve their problem. But instead of that, it is like growing friendship, but he is not doing anything something great there for them to overcome it, or nor it is going in a total opposite way where he falls in with all the love with him, but it's always stuck in between and it makes me kind of annoying. When I started to watch this anime, I felt like she will be a main heroine at the end of the episode. Other who have left her, they are going to feel sorry for her, but it's not like that. They are like they will kind of happy with them when they left him, but they are still suffering, more suffering and again suffering. I felt more irritated while watching this one. You just go and watch it and you leave your comment if you like this, or you also felt more irritated like watching this kind of. I hope you like the 2024 anime review. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Anime PTB will meet you next year. I mean 2025 with a new seasonal review. Until then, bye bye, sayonara.